Hey guys, I got a new car dash cam, so I'm trying this out here. I just wanted to make a quick video about the ECAF ruling today, which I do not agree with actually. And ECAF stands for EOS Core Arbitration Forum. And basically what happened is a guy named Sam, who's on this board or whatever you want to call it, signed off a arbitration order directing block producers to freeze 27 EOS accounts, and it listed all the 27 account names. And I'll put the picture of the ruling up on this video so you can see what I'm talking about as I describe this. But now the reason I have a problem with this is not because there was a ruling made, but because of what the details of the ruling say, or rather do not say. They don't give any specifics whatsoever on the reason why these accounts are to be blocked or frozen. It's literally an order to freeze accounts, period. It's like, take my word for it, freeze these accounts. And that can get into some really messy situations, as I'm sure you can imagine. And I really, really hope this is just the beginning, figure it out steps of EOS arbitration, because to me, being such a huge EOS supporter, seeing something like this is a huge turnoff and red flag. I'm going like, what is going on here with this arbitration? You cannot just state that you want to block some accounts with no explanation given. Let's explore why that might be a problem. So you have a bank account, right? Most of us have bank accounts. Imagine if the government just said, hey, Wells Fargo, you need to terminate this guy's bank account. Freeze it. Hold all his money. He can no longer access his money. And we're not going to explain why. Just do what we say. All Wells Fargo branches must freeze your money. You'd be pretty upset, right? Especially if there's no reason given. And that's exactly what happened on this arbitration ruling. There is no reason stated. In fact, at the bottom, it says something to the extent of the reason and the logic for this ruling will be presented at a later time or date. It doesn't say when it will be presented, and it doesn't say what it is. So I don't know how you can have the time to make a ruling and not the time to explain your logic for making that ruling. I think that basically, if you don't have the time to back up your facts, don't make the ruling until you do, because that's ridiculous. That's the equivalent of saying, hey, sentence this guy to death. We got the details, we'll explain later. Well, what if later the details didn't back it up and the guy's dead? Or the guy, in this case, lost all his money, and what if he needed it for something really important, something very critical in life, like he needed to pay for food and he couldn't because his money was frozen for a month or 2 months. That would be very upsetting. So yeah, I'm not happy with how the arbitration is rolling out. I hope it's the baby steps of this figuring itself out, and the community definitely needs to speak up about this, because if this is the way it's heading, I am losing interest really quickly, because I can see a lot of instances where this can be abused. I mean, it's really the same as the government of the United States of America issuing random rules, or freezing bank accounts, or Twitter blocking accounts, or Facebook, you know, doing whatever it does. It's really the same thing. It's basically a form of censorship. And in this case, not just censorship, but censorship without explanation. It's actually worse, you know? Everything else about EOS I'm very pumped about, very excited about. I'm not just some fudster pushing some kind of negative news. If you look at my other videos, you'll see I'm very bullish about EOS. I'm very excited about its scalability. I'm very excited about its features. I'm very excited about its programming languages, you know, supports C++. And I'm very excited about Dan's past projects, and I think he's a very smart guy. But the way that this is being handled currently was a huge red flag to me. And essentially, I feel strongly that block producers should not follow any order where there is not an expressed stated reason backing up the reason for freezing accounts. At the minimum, you should have a statement of why presented. Otherwise, block producers are acting blindly, and then actually, who's in control? Is it the block producer? Is it the voters? No, it's the ECAF, purely acting as some kind of unchecked branch of government, just dictating whatever they want. So, and the guy who signed this, his name was Sam something or other. I don't think that he has any bad intent, and probably is a good reason, but probably is a good reason is not going to cut it in legal and justice matters. I'm sorry to say, but you should have held off until you posted that order, until you had the time to state why you were going to freeze these accounts, or why you were ordering the freezing of these accounts. So anyways, that's it, guys. Hope you're having a great day. Hope this video turned out well in my car. This is great because it lets me speak on the go, and I tend to think best when I'm in the wild. All right, guys, take care. Hope you're having a great one. Peace.